Mares Chase now, Grade 2 event. This is a race that wrecks my head every single year, Will. Just as I feel like I've got a bit of a handle on it, the market moves. Limerick Lace last year was massively smashed in the market. That obviously told. Dino Blue didn't lose much in defeat, I didn't think, last year, considering the ground went against her. It was the first time at the trip, and she still did stay on to run well. And she was relatively solid, I guess, in the market, where Adagori Devassi took a bit of a walk. I mentioned those because all three of those are potentially going to contest in here. Bioluminescence is the other new name to potentially throw in the mix, although I really do think she needs bad ground, and I think she wants further than this trip, but I could be proven wrong. Like Limerick Lace last year, people were saying she'd win a Grand National, and then she's won a Grade 2 over 2.5 miles at Cheltenham. But between Dino Blue and Adagori Devassi, I'm still a little bit bitter about last year with Adagori Devassi, because she'd have done it to every punter, I imagine. She's one of those types of horses that doesn't always deliver on her promise, and she couldn't even hold on for third last year. But the fact that she was quite weak in the market, I say that she still went off 5-2. I don't know. I feel like they maybe knew she was going to run a bad race, but whatever it is, she's been trained slightly differently this year. She came out quite early on better ground and then didn't get the job done there, but they didn't knock her about too much. Willie Mullins said he was really impressed with what she did on New Year's Day when she slammed Limerick Lace, and he said we've been doing things differently with her. And then it wasn't a quick turnaround, but she ran against Dino Blue the last day, didn't she, where sent off favourite, only got beaten in the neck, and people were saying that Paul Townend probably gave her a bit of a bad ride, went wide and gave the race away. She's only £1 worse, £1 better off with Dino Blue in here. So I feel like I want to make a solid case for her, and I want to make the same case I did last year for her when she was 6 or 7 to 1, that she's an absolute stonking each way bet, but she didn't hold on for third last year. So in some way, shape or form, I will have to have some sort of wager on Adagori Devassi. But Dino Blue, the fact that she did win last time, when she ran behind an Ergamine in the Hideaway Chase, giving him all those bits of weight, she was well backed and then was beaten, but I still thought it was a pretty good run. At Christmas, I bet her then, and I thought the money was down. She's going to win, but she had the tongue tie on, and I started to think, maybe she's got a breathing issue. And then she did travel like she was going to be in the frame, and then she did fold tamely. So I thought I'd probably excuse it down to wind, I guess. Then the fact that she has won a race there against Adagori Devassi, I'm now all of a sudden believing that she hasn't got a wind issue anymore, and she is fine and she is sound. And on that basis, if I knew she was 100%, given the depth that there is in behind her ear, I think she deserves to be the price that she is, like a 9-4, 2-1 poke for the race. But she's getting awfully skinny for a horse that has failed to deliver twice this season when well supported. So price-wise, I'm starting to go off her a little bit. So roundabout way, Will. Don't really know what's going to win this race, but I think it's between those four in the market. Only by Night's obviously got that Arkle entry as well. Should be interesting if she did come in here, but it probably is between the big guns, is it? And how do you separate them?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's an interesting race, this, because there's a lot of horses potentially, that aren't being faced with their ideal set of conditions, if you know what I mean, in terms of track, trip. Dino Blue, I've always felt is a speedy type. I don't know if 2.5 miles on the new course just finds her out. And I thought Keith Donoghue gave Limerick Lace a brilliant ride last year to just drag her out of her comfort zone far enough out. I mean, Dino Blue, to her credit, she stuck on, but she wasn't able to use that turn of foot that she's got, because Limerick Lace turned it into a staying test. And if she turns up here again in similar form, Limerick Lace, then that'll be what you'd imagine Keith Donoghue, if he rides her, tries to do again. She's had 2 quiet runs this year, Limerick Lace, but I think some of that will be in mind, that they wouldn't mind keeping her fresh for this and the Grand National again, because the Grand National seemed a bit of an afterthought last year. And don't forget, she was backed into favouritism for the Grand National as well. So I think that she's probably a fresher horse this year, Limerick Lace. So look, if the market was exactly as it is come race time and we didn't have any more information, I'd be thinking Limerick Lace is a half decent each way bet here, because Gavin Cromwell's going to have her right, and she's going to go from the front, or at least prominent, and she'll make it a stamina test. And with that in mind, perhaps the other one that might be similar in terms of run style is Telepathique, who I think if you'd said to me, and probably even connections at the start of the season, that you'd be sub 20 to 1 for a mare's chase at the Cheltenham Festival, having started the season on a mark of 103, you'd probably be carted off to good knows where. But she's improved no end, and she's improved for racing. She's She's a naturally forward-going type, but what she's done each time is just stay that little bit better each time, and her pedigree screams stamina as well. So I think she could be a player at a double-figure price, Telepathic. I think if you asked me to back one horse right now, given the season she's had and the form she's in, it would probably be Telepathic at the prices each way.
Yeah, good man. And that's the thing with the mares as well, because I sometimes find that I feel like when they're in good form and they run up a bit of a sequence, they're good, but it's definitely burnt me quite a lot in recent years where they actually seem to be quite inconsistent at times as well. Women, eh? Try and figure them out. It's a whole different preview show, isn't it?